Hello, welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. Today we are going to go through the layouts that I have created for November Collection Obsession. And if you'll remember, this month I put together a couple of different kits. One of them was from a paper pad, and the other was from Close to My Heart collections that I have. And I still have some full sheets left over. I've put them back up with my fall collections. I used a lot this month, and I have a lot of scraps. And as you can see, a lot of it is these branding strips. But I have a few pieces of the larger pieces as well. And I really enjoyed playing with it. I mean, I just do, because it's my fall paper and I love it. I do. I just love it. So let's go through the layouts. I got a lot done this month. And if you'll remember a couple of videos back, I even used it for Through the Rainbow when we were talking about copper and bronze. And this is the layout that I did. Let me try that sentence one more time. This is the layout that I created. Sometimes the English, not so good. Anyway, I really, really love this layout. And I like the fact that I got a lot of paper used in just creating this very simple layout. I'm not going to go through all the bones of it because there is an entire video dedicated to just this layout. So let's move this one to the side. This layout is, my husband may knock me out for posting this, but because we're crusty here. I'm telling you, we're crusty, and I'll tell you the story. But we had gone to purposely find this waterfall, and we found it, and it's not hard to find. You just have to go to the Tugganock waterfall in New York. It's outside of Ithaca. And we had a blast just looking around that area. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. So my husband and I had gone to the Nate Bargatze show in Rochester. And, you know, this area was about an hour, hour and a half away. And we thought, well, we will just go and pop the tent up in the back of the truck. The next morning, we'll go find that waterfall and we'll come back home. We did. We absolutely did get the tent up. By the time the comedy show was over and we got to our campground, our campsite, it was after 1 o'clock in the morning. We were horrible neighbors because we were noisy trying to get that tent up in the back of the truck and then get our old bodies up into the back of the truck to sleep. We slept for, I think, maybe 3 or 4 hours. We had a air mattress, and the air kind of started leaking out through the night. And I rolled into my husband and stayed up his hiney all night long. Well, all morning long. Because then he said, could you please just give me a little bit of room? I had him smashed up against the side of the truck. And you know what happens when the air mattress starts, letting some of the air out? You have to climb uphill to get, out of his rear end. So I did. Because I'm a gracious person, I climbed uphill to give him a little bit of breathing room. We finally decided to just quit pretending like we were sleeping and get up. So that's why I said we are crusty here. We went and found the waterfall, and you can see it in behind. I'll bring it a little closer. You can see the waterfall behind us. And we had a blast. We just had the best time looking at waterfalls. And there are other things that we saw the very same day, and I'll share those later on. But it was an absolutely, sometimes being uncomfortable is worth it. And we were uncomfortable, but the next day 100% made up for it. It was great. So that is that layout. This layout is one morning. This happens a lot, but one morning I had gotten up, and I go downstairs, I let the dogs out, and then they want to come back inside, and they stare at me while I'm making coffee. And this is what they were doing. They were sitting there staring at me when I was making coffee. Because they're not allowed in the kitchen, so they stand right at the doorway, and their toes just as much into the doorway that they can get, so they think they're in the kitchen with me, and they wait, just hoping that I'll give them a treat. This, I'm really proud to use this. This are some gifts that Ginger from Ginger's Corner had given me a while back, and I was so glad to get those used. This layout is all about my Crop and Create Delivered. This is not where it was placed. This is 100% set up by Priscilla, because I love my fall decorations, and I did a photo moment on my porch with my fall decorations after my box was delivered. And this layout is, I posted this photo from our living room on, I think it was Facebook, saying Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to my family and friends who are in Canada. And of course, my husband is Canadian. So that is actually the setup on our coffee table. And I have a 2-page. This is our very small Thanksgiving dinner that my husband and I had for Canadian Thanksgiving. I wanted to show his turkey. He did a turkey breast. I do not eat turkey, so he ate turkey for days. And this is our meal and our very small desserts. So while we were out looking for, let me see what's after this. Yes, okay, this is the next story. So while we were out looking for waterfalls, we came into this one town, and they were having a fall festival on their main street. And I'll stop right there. We bought this pumpkin pie. There, you're going to see this photo again on the next layout, because it's a different story. Same photo, but different story. But this is our dinner. We got just this little pumpkin pie, and my husband went down to the local bakery. It's called the Village Bakery, and bought me, because I wanted pecan pie, and they didn't have pecan pie. They had these butter tarts, and then they had these little pecan square, and he didn't know which one to get me, so he got both. So that was our Thanksgiving dinner for Canadian Thanksgiving. And this is that photo again, because this town that we went into is called Montour Falls. And you go in the main street, and right there's the falls, like right there. So we walked down to get to the falls, where we could see the falls more clearly. We had to walk down the main street and through the fall festival. And I think the only thing we bought, no, we bought 2 things. We bought this pumpkin pie, and it was just, it was about this big around, because my husband loves pumpkin pie. I do not. And we bought we bought each of ourselves a bowl of chili for lunch, and my husband dropped his. So we ended up sharing mine. But anyway, this little town, it was just fabulous. Another one of those gorgeous finds. It was absolutely wonderful. Loved every second of it. And he very, very much enjoyed his pumpkin pie. So let's go back and look. I did 8 layouts for November with using my collection. And I still have some scraps, and I may pull them in. I will definitely continue playing with them, because I'm recording this in October. In November, I want to slow down, because I have this gratitude project that I'm working on. And I have done some printables about being thankful, using scripture, and then my own personal, bringing my own personal spin to it from my life. I want it to be almost an act of worship, to slow down during the month of November and to work through those 30 days. And I have so much to be thankful for. And I'll be very transparent and say one of the things that's big to me that I'm thankful for is you, this community. I am so grateful that we are here and we have this forum to be able to share our hobby, to be able to talk to one another, and to start getting to know each other on this level of our hobby. It's very meaningful to me, because for years I felt like I was very alone in loving scrapbooking. I did not have a community to enjoy. So I am very thankful. Thank you for being here. Come back and we will chat again soon. Bye-bye.